Welcome, everyone. How's everyone doing this morning? It's a great day to be at Mile High Church, physically or virtually. It is Practitioner Recognition Sunday. Yes, it's an exciting day. You know, when I think about my life and the history of practitioners in them, it's a history of individuals who've known a truth of who I am when I have yet to be able to know about myself or when I can't know it about myself. And it's just meant the world. I am who I am today because of my relationship with practitioners. So if you don't have one with a practitioner, set one up today. They'll be here praying for you. In recognition, we have this wonderful thing called the Science of Mind magazine. It's in our bookstore, or you can get it online as well. And we have 2 articles from practitioners in this month and October's issue. And so I want to recognize Kelly Robbins, now Reverend Kelly Robbins, for her article, and Christine Monks, who's in ministerial school as well, who just has written a completely genuine and powerful article. And so if you've never picked up one of these magazines, today's a great day to do that. For folks that are here, did you see the chalk? How cool was that? It's a chalk art festival celebrating the Buddhist principle that all things are impermanent. Is there anything more impermanent than chalk? But there's some beautiful art, and you can participate as well. So grateful to Stacy Butters and the team for putting that together for us. Next Sunday is Labor Day weekend, but I am laboring to create a workshop for you after services in this sanctuary. You can watch it online as well. And it's about affirmations. And what I promise you is you will leave with 3 affirmations. 1, a creative affirmation for co-creating the life you want to live. 2, an anchoring affirmation for centering yourself. And 3rd, a celebratory affirmation for not just celebrating, but embodying your success. And so that's just for a love donation next week. And also, Dr. Michelle is going to be back here with us, teaching a class called Foundations of Science of Mind, and she's going to tell you a little bit about it over video.
Would you like to learn the foundation ideas of science of mind and spirit? Well, we've got a class for that. It's called Foundations of Science of Mind. In this class, you will absolutely learn the core principles of our teaching. You'll get to learn more about affirmations and how to use them in your life, more about that prayer process we call it spiritual mind treatment, and how to do that for yourself and others. Plus, you'll meet some great people, have a great time. This is a wonderful 8-week class that we're holding this fall. Would love to see you there.
Thank you, Michelle. With that, let's hear it for Tom Litch and this Mile High Band.
All right, we're going to do a hopefully familiar Beatles tune. It's the affirmation that you have to sing is, all you need is love. Okay, here we go. Nothing you can do that can't be done. There's nothing you can sing that can't be sung. There's nothing you can say, but you can learn how to play the game. It's easy. There's nothing you can make that can't be made. There's nothing you can save that can't be saved. There's nothing you can do, but you can learn how to be you in time. It's easy. Here's your part. Can't be known. There's nothing you can see that can't be shown. There's no way it can be, but it's where you're meant to be. It's easy. All
Thank you, Tom. I love that song. And you know what? I love all of you. Don't you feel the love in this room? Yeah, it's good stuff, good stuff. And it is a very, very special Sunday. Barry and I have a hard time getting our little devices tuned here. Ta-da, thank you. It's a special Sunday because it is Practitioner Recognition Sunday. And I'm so glad that you are all here, all the practitioners, and all of you, just to honor our practitioners. I'll talk more about that in my little talk. But right now, I would like to have all the practitioners please stand so we can honor you at the beginning of our service. Thank you. Wow, look at this. Woo. And I want to pay special tribute to our 2023 Emeritus Practitioners. What that means is 20 years of service. 20 years of service. So as I call your names, would you please stand? Kathy Agnes, Larry Cattell, Mary DeVoy, Sylvia Edwards, Connie Gabriel and Paul Gabriel, Craig Lang, Karma Lytle, and Sandra Roth, and Jennifer Severance. So let's hear it for these folks. Woo, 20 years. Yeah. So let us begin our service with silence, and then we'll open with a beautiful prayer.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
How good it is to be in the stillness. And as we breathe in, we allow the divine breath to easily and effortlessly breathe through us, breathing around us, expressing as all that is, all that has been, all that is yet to be. Seeing the beauty of that divine love and the beauty of the sunrise throughout nature, through the laughter of children, and through sacred community that we come into contact with in person, online, at the grocery store. I recognize this divine presence that is always available, always expressing itself individually and uniquely as each and every one of us. And how good it is to be in spiritual community this morning, knowing that people around the world are connecting in with this divine presence through sacred circles, churches, mosques, temples, throughout nature, as well as individually, right where we are. We have that opportunity to connect in and to remember that divine presence that is always available to us. And as we gather today in this Mile High Church community, in this amazing sanctuary, whether we're physically present here, whether we're connecting online, this heart of the Mile High Church community is felt around the world. And as we move into our service today, may we allow our lights and our hearts to surround all of those around the world who may be experiencing challenges or may be hurting. May we surround Mother Nature, Mother Earth, with this blanket of love and light. And as we listen to the music, the words of wisdom that are shared today, may we allow our hearts to open a little wider. And may we allow the love that surrounds us to infuse our body, to infuse our day. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity to be present here, right now, knowing that right now, right here is where God is. So I give great thanks, knowing that each and every one of us are a blessing and that we are blessed. And so it is.
In this moment, in this place, I remember who I am, letting fear and worry fall away from me. I open my eyes and see there is only love. There is only love. A love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. And when I lose myself, and when it seems I've lost my way, when I go inside and I quiet my mind, I can hear Spirit gently say, there is only love. There is only love. A love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. Yes, it's a love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love.
Our reading today is from St. Francis of Assisi. Lord, make me an instrument of thy peace. Where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there is injury, pardon. Where there is doubt, faith. Where there is despair, hope. Where there is darkness, light. And where there is sadness, joy. O divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console, to be understood as to understand, to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, and it is in dying that we are born to eternal life.
We must all unite, for we are one creation. We must join the fight, together we are strong. We must do what's right in every situation, and love each other's lives as we would do our own. Just think twice before you cast your stone at someone's soul. It's their life, and so the choice is theirs and theirs alone. We're not here to judge, we are here to love. There's no room for hate. We are just one human race. We must rise above. We are here to love. There's no time to waste anymore. We must all unite. There's no more segregation. 'Cause when you've seen the light, there's nowhere else to go. And with peace in sight, no walls can separate us. We will be as one because the earth's our home. Just think twice before you cast your stone at someone's soul. It's their life, because the choice is theirs and theirs alone. We're not here to judge, we are here to love. There's no room for hate. We are just one human race. We must rise above. We are here to love. There's no time to waste anymore. Will we learn from our past? The time is running fast, and we're not here to judge. We are here to love. There's no room for hate, 'cause we are just one human race. We must rise above. We are here to love. There's no time to waste
Wow. I think Tom just gave my sermon. Oh, we are so grateful for our musicians, aren't we? Woo! What a gift. What a gift. Oh, thank you all for being so present here today, and I can feel your love. And indeed, my topic is building a paradigm of love. And I had to ask myself, what is a paradigm? Then I realized I have found a pair of dimes in my washing machine. And a paradigm is 20 cents. But what is a paradigm? Well, a paradigm is a pattern, it's a principle, it's a standard set of ideas. And there's been many paradigms upon this planet. And I just want to bring in a little history about that, like the Revolutionary War brought the Industrial War. What am I trying to say here? The Industrial Revolution brought a lot of change because people no longer had to work so hard. And then we had, none of us are old enough to remember this, but the printing press came forth. That had to have been an incredible change. And then we had also Edison with the light bulb. And they say that people stayed up longer because they could read by the light instead of going to bed when the sun sets. Maybe some of us still go to bed when the sun sets. But those were really big changes that took place. And I recognize that we are in a huge, huge paradigm of technology. The great internet. You know, the internet is like a highway of communication. With our cell phones, we can be in touch with someone across the planet within seconds. It's amazing what's taking place, all the cyberspace and everything that's going on, and also the artificial intelligence. Ooh, it's a little scary, yeah, it's a little scary, I agree. And it reminds me of one of my precious friends here at Mile High Church. She's a beautiful older woman, and she had had a surgery, and she came through the doors one day, and I said, "Oh, I'm so glad to see you." And she had this big smile, and she kind of paused, and she said, "Well, they've glued me together, and a robot did it." Yeah, that's what I said, oh my. Yeah, so things have changed so much. And when those paradigm shifts come, it's change, isn't it? It's a huge change. And change is the great shape shifter. And many times it's on a personal level for us. Change will come to us overnight, in seconds. Everything changed. And it demands for us to create a new structure. It demands for us to be able to come back spiritually to the principle of life, that I'm not alone, that the God of my being is with me, to guide me forward as I step forward in my life. So change, that great shapeshifter, many times it comes without notice, without notice. But one thing, speaking about paradigms of the globe and the world and the past and the future, an observation that I've had is that, especially if you tune into the television or to the internet or any of the devices that are out there, what you sense is device. And you sense, excuse me for saying this, I think Dr. Michelle has used it before, pissosity. There's a lot of pissosity out there. There's a lot of anger out there. There's a lot of greed out there. And there's a lot of lusting for power, that false power. And what that tells me, when that touches our lives, and if we begin to take it in because we're fearful, then we're coming from what I call a mental construct. And a mental construct is just a nice way of saying our ego. And that's usually where we get afraid. Like everything's changing, or what is this fear going to do to me, or how's it going to harm me? So it's asking us to step upstairs in consciousness. And I'm so delighted to be able to be here with this room filled with so many practitioners, because the people that know how to step upstairs in consciousness is a place of awareness. It's a place of awakeness. And they know how to step upstairs in consciousness and to recognize that God life. Now, God goes by many a name. And for the last couple of years now, my name for God is harmonic love, because one day in a prayer, I asked, okay, God, Spirit, the sacredness, there's all kinds of ways to addressing this greater energy that's around us at all times. Throughout all the changes, it's never left. And so what came to me was a quality, and it was harmonic love. God is harmonic love. So with that observation of that which can destroy, harm, and hurt, I am so grateful today to stand before you in my home. And I know this is also your home. This is our spiritual home. And to recognize that there's a spiritual evolution that has always been going on. And the spiritual evolution is going on here right now. And it's about building on that inner knowingness, reflecting love, choosing not to be with the fear, but to be with the unconditional love, to be with that peace, assurance, gratitude, and love. In the Bible it says about forgiveness, and Reverend Josh did a beautiful sermon last week, talk on forgiveness. They say, when you want to forgive, turn your cheek 7 times. I never could quite figure that out. You get kind of tired doing that. I think it was 70 times, I'm just saying 7, okay? But I think what that means is when we're confronted with fear, anger, and upset, and we're starting to get caught in the collective consciousness of everything, that's when we need to turn our thoughts, and turn them 7 times. And where are we going to turn them? To a realization of love. Ernest Holmes, he stated that love was a fire that he couldn't quite define. He said it was everywhere present, and I'm just paraphrasing him. It was a fire. And when I think of that flame, I sense that it lives within each one of us. I sense it's our soul, and it's ours forever. And also, fire is a sacred element of life, known throughout all the indigenous cultures, known all cultures today. Love and the sacredness of water, the sacredness of the breath we breathe, and the sacredness of form. Those are sacred elements. So love has never left us. It has never left this planet. It's been inscribed upon our hearts. So where we are is in a leap in consciousness. So grateful to stand here today because, as I mentioned, I'm home, and so are you. Dr. Barry has referred to Mile High Church many times as a lighthouse. And I love that because many of us have rowed our boats in. You've heard us say this. And maybe they were damaged. There was something that took place in our lives. And we were looking for something that was going to bring us back to our heart, bring us back to our center. And so our rowboats were fixed, and many of us stayed. We stayed to support the light that shines forth to this world from Mile High Church, from all the centers of spiritual living, shines forth to this globe. And some people fixed their boats and went on their way, which is fine. But a lighthouse. And every week we read the mission and vision statement, and I chose today to include it in my talk. And so I'm going to recite it, and you can recite it with me if you'd like. Our vision: oneness revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And our mission: to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. Ooh, I love it. Thank you for reciting that with me. So the lighthouse, accepting this as a place of our faith, faith meaning our belief. I think about Ernest Holmes, who's the founder of religious science, and I love reading about him. He had to have been a mystical gentleman, and even mystical as a kid, as he would sit out in nature and tune with life itself. And I think it was 1928, that someone asked him, well, Ernest, what do you believe? And just within a split second, this is what he said. And I don't know if this has ever been read in a church service. I know it's read at special ceremonies, but I'm going to read this today. And a copy of this is on a plaque in our prayer care center. He said, we believe in God, the living Spirit Almighty, one, indestructible, absolute, self-existent cause. This one manifests itself in and through all of creation, but is not absorbed by its creation. The manifest universe is the body of God. We believe in the incarnation of Spirit in man, and that all men and women are incarnations of the one. We believe in immortality and the continuing of the individual soul forever and forever expanding. And we believe that the kingdom of heaven is within man and woman, and that we experience this kingdom to the degree that we become conscious of it. We believe the ultimate goal of life is to be a complete emancipation from all discord of every nature, and that this goal is sure to be obtained by all. And we believe in the unity of all life, and that the highest God and the innermost God are one God. That's the paradigm of our home. That's the paradigm, the spiritual paradigm. So we are an open door. And I remember many years ago when I first entered Mile High Church, a long time ago, some friends brought me, and it was great being here. I liked it. And then the next week I came. They never came with me. And I came back and I've never left. And I'm glad for that. Because I remember when I was raised in Protestant churches, and even in my teenage years, even though I loved all my pals at the church, and I really liked my Sunday school teachers, but I'm a pretty quiet person, and I don't say a whole lot, but usually when I do speak, it makes a difference at times. And I spoke maybe too many times, and I was asked to leave Sunday school. And this is, thank you for that. And what I was trying to figure out was, how come if you're telling me there's a loving God, and you're telling me that my best friend, Ashua ben Joseph, Jesus, if these people over here across the sea aren't accepting of this, that they're doomed? Couldn't figure that out. Well, I'm not sure why they couldn't answer it. But I'm glad I stepped through the doors of Mile High Church, because Mile High Church is a place where you can ask the question. You can ask the question. You can explore who you are. You can discover. And I remember I took classes for about 5 years here to really satisfy my belief in that great mystic master teacher, Jesus. And all the great masters of this world, all the mystics, all of them have been based in love. So that love has always been present. And we as a community, we need to harvest it in our own lives daily. You know, this is a lighthouse to the world. And I give thanks for that. So the world that works for all, that's what we represent. And that's what all of us as practitioners here. A practitioner is someone who practices the presence. Yes, they've taken a lot of classes, really understand religious science. They were always open in classes to ask the questions, which is great. And they have dedicated their lives to knowing where to turn. And that is to turn within to that place of heart in prayer. Prayer is a communion. It's not having to kneel down on your knees. It's just unifying with that one life that Ernest Holmes so beautifully described. And so they all have known of love. I want to quote a lady. She wrote a book, The Wisdom Jesus, Transforming Heart and Mind. Jesus never asked anyone to form a church ordain a priest, develop elaborate rituals and institutional cultures that splintered into denominations. I'm glad it's not raining today, or I might be hit with lightning saying this. His two great requests were that we love one another as I have loved you, and that we share bread and wine together as an open channel of inner abiding love. Isn't that beautiful? Inner abiding love. So we are building a paradigm of love. And each one of us, we're a part of that ingredients. So love is the merchandise which the entire world emanates. If you store it in your heart, every soul will become your customer. And I quote Hazrat Khan, who was a great Sufi master. And so love, that supreme reality, it's our true self. It's who we are. It's as simple as that. No matter how wounded we have been or abused, that has never been bumped inside of us. Never been bumped inside of us. Years ago, my husband and I had a friend. His name was Jerry. And he had been a part of a police force for many, many years. And he shared something with me that he said that they had found that individuals that had been not held at birth, not having someone to pick them up and cradle them, that they had done research, and those were the individuals that many times came in and through the systems of jail, looking for love. Everyone deserves love. It's so easy to love a little puppy dog, isn't it? We're all puppy dogs. Yeah. So what do we want to be interested in? We want to be interested in love. We want to be interested in love. We want to be able to turn that cheek 7 times to see that love, the peace, assurance, the gratitude, and the love. And when that fear comes up, work with that. Even if physically you have to kind of turn your cheek a little bit to remind yourself who you are. So love is a common thread. It's a golden thread. And Ernest Holmes also in his teachings talked about that. And he studied all world religions because he was looking for the golden thread in all of them. It's love. It's love itself. It's been woven, and it's been woven into who we are. So that love is that perfect antidote that floats, and it flows, and it washes away hatred, jealousy, resentment, anxieties, and fear. For I believe with all my heart that love wins. And I'll share a true story about 5-6 months ago. I was walking a labyrinth with my practical mysticism class, and I was in my own little space walking it. I remember I had my hands up. When I tell this story, I get goosebumps still. Because what took place for me in just walking that beautiful labyrinth, we have one outside that you can walk after church if you choose, but it was like something opened up. It's hard to explain. It's like something opened up. And I saw these lights, and maybe it was kind of like the sparkles on my sleeves. I don't know, but I saw these little lights. And what the meaning was, and it wasn't like a booming voice came forth or anything, but what I received was all there was love. And that love wins. Love wins. And it was like with enough of that light coming forth, all disease upon this planet could be dissolved. It was a profound experience, very profound for me. So profound that I went home and I got on Google or one of them, speaking about the internet, and I ordered my very own tire cover for my Jeep that says, "Love wins." Yeah. I spoke about that last service, and Rama went out and took a picture of my Jeep. But most of the time, I get really good replies from people when I'm driving, but sometimes those big old truck drivers go around me, and they kind of wave to me. I think they're waving. But love wins. And that just reminds me, because that vision is never going to leave me, never. So I want to share just a little bit about building a paradigm of cosmic consciousness, okay? What is cosmic? Sounds like kind of a strange word, like, wow, will I ever get to that cosmic place? We're there already, because it is spiritual energy, it's awakening, it's love intelligence, it's refinement, it's believing, it's accepting the evidence of love. Cosmic consciousness is a celestial wisdom, maybe that golden thread, in and through all universes, solar systems, the center of the earth, above, below, all around about. Cosmic. And I want to read this. It represents a new level of consciousness, of cosmic identity. It is a refinement, believing. Jesus said, "It is done unto you as you believe." This consciousness will take many generations to become fully established on earth, and it will bring with it a new, unimaginable world that we will need to be lived. Are we willing to live that right now? When I found that little piece, I thought about my grandkids, my great-grandkids, their kids. What we are doing right now, every day in our lives, is building that paradigm of love. Building that paradigm. You know, we talk about love throughout all cultures, and then, you know, we walk out and we hear the news and it kind of, but we need to behold that paradigm. I believe it is real. So to live in that paradigm of peace, assurance, gratitude, and love, not the pissosity, the love. And I have a slide that's coming up from a book called The Augmentation of Man. In the dance of cosmic energy, where stars are birthed and worlds find their form, I recognize a profound principle of life. This principle, timeless, boundless, speaks in the gentle whisper of wind, in the mighty roar of the ocean waves. It is the same principle that exists within each heartbeat, each tear shed, and every hope reborn. So the paradigm of cosmic consciousness. Then we have another paradigm, the paradigm of prayer. And I mentioned in the beginning of what I'm sharing with you that prayer is that communion. Prayer is not a, beseeching, please help me, give me. It is a union. And that's what we have always taught in our faith here. God is, or harmonic love, whatever you call God, the sacred. Be still enough in your time of quiet meditation. And I'm so delighted that Dan Harris is coming, because he works in the world, podcasts out there in business with meditation, just the simplicity of being still. So we still ourselves, and we allow ourselves to realize that I am of that love, that essence. Everything I am is of that. God is, therefore I am. And from that place is where our prayer comes forth, in accepting, not if I'm worthy, because we are worthy, but accepting what it is, accepting the health, accepting the abundance, accepting the love. That's prayer. I found something on Facebook. I love this. Prayer is not a spare wheel that you pull out when you are in trouble. Use it as a steering wheel that keeps you on the right path throughout your life, as a steering wheel. So today is Practitioner Recognition Sunday. And I am ever so grateful to have been in that place of supporting the practitioners. I always will be in that place of supporting the sacredness of the office. I've always said to practitioners, whether you practice one-on-one, meeting with people in prayer, if you're in a corporate world, you're a practitioner. Because everywhere you go, this is a sacred truth. It's the most sacred truth you'll ever behold, ever behold. And so what I would like to do as I close this service, today, I would like to have the practitioners, I know there's a few of you here, which is wonderful. I'd love to have you stand and move to the outer rim of our circle here. And I will begin the prayer, and then we call this a chamber prayer, because then I'll move to stillness, and our practitioners will pray. So feel the wave of this prayer just moving across the sacredness of our sanctuary. This circle is a sacred Ochoka. Our Native American friends and family, Ochoka means circle, sacred circle we have just created here. So I will begin this prayer. This is so beautiful. So I humbly stand in that paradigm of sacredness, the sacredness that God is, therefore I am. And I speak this for everyone in this beautiful congregation, everyone online, watching, all of us present, recognizing that the good of God has always been, it's holy, it's sacred, it's the purity of love. So I call it forth. I call it forth with a sense of union. Not a unity, sometimes that means separateness, but an absolute union as we offer this prayer, this healing prayer. So I still myself now for the practitioners to pray.
Expression of the one.
And I know that each and every single cell, every elixir that comes, you're surrounded by spiritually.
We live wholesome. There is such a beautiful day. The greatest gift of all, it is life.
It is why I'm so grateful to be in this community. And I give thanks and knowing of this that have enveloped us in our own person.
Thank you for this knowing.
With so everywhere. And so in gratitude, it is what is. It is God for each and every life. Wonderful thought of the body. That allows the light to be.
So as we have fallen to stillness, these prayers have been released to this dome of consciousness. This dome of consciousness that is everywhere present. And the manifestation has come forth. And for this I am grateful. And I say, and so it is. Amen.
We're not here to judge, 'cause we are here to love. There's no room for hate. We are just one human race, and we must rise above. We are here to love. There's no time to waste anymore.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Patty. Thank you to our incredible practitioners. If you are wanting to change or uplift your life, you'll be receiving a little card from our Prayer and Care Center on the way out. And a practitioner won't change your life, but they will give you all the inspiration you need to do that changing yourself with unconditional positive regard and a whole lot of consciousness of love. So grateful for these practitioners. I do want to take a moment in this time of offering to acknowledge a great teacher of practitioners who just happened to give the sermon today. Dr. Patty has been training our practitioners for many decades to give you a measure. We couldn't figure out the exact year, but Dr. Michelle, who's been a minister for over 30 years, was in Dr. Patty's first practitioner training class. And so it doesn't, us ministers, we're terrible at math, but when we really focus in here, what we figure is that Dr. Patty Luckenbach has trained more practitioners than anyone else in the history of our religious science movement, with just a little over 100 years. And yes. And it's a fun job, Patty, isn't it? But it's not an easy one. And Patty has made the conscious decision to step away from teaching that this next year. And so this is a wonderful opportunity on Practitioner Recognition Sunday just to honor all the prayers, all the counseling, all the hard work, all the practitioners trained, and then think of all the people those practitioners help. So it's an immense legacy and consciousness, and we're so grateful for Dr. Patty. Hey, all this month during the offering here in the sanctuary, and if you're watching at home, just a reminder that one of the best ways to increase our abundance at Mile High Church and our own abundance is a recurring gift. It's something that keeps the engine of Mile High Church going and strong, and so we so appreciate all the ways that all of you choose to give. But if you don't already give in a recurring way through bill pay in your bank or online or through text, just consider that even $1 a week by so many of us can make a big difference. So just know we are so grateful for you. With that, let's take our offering and bless it however we do. God bless this microphone as well, but we will all say our offering blessing together.
As me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate, so it is. As I walk through this wicked world, searching for light in the darkness of insanity, I ask myself, is all hope lost? Is there only pain and hatred and misery? And each time I feel like this inside just makes me want to cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? As I walk on through troubled times, my spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. And where are the strong? And who are the trusted? And where is the harmony, sweet harmony? And each time I feel it slip away, just makes me want to cry. about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding?
Thank you, Tom, and the wonderful Mile High Band. We are truly blessed with that beautiful music that we have every Sunday. And we're also blessed by all those practitioners. And I made the comment earlier, and it's true that each of us as ministers are practitioners first. So thank you to all of them. And I want to thank those of you who are here for the first time. Come to the Welcome Center, which is right out in the center of the lobby. I'll be there to greet you. You can also go to our resource racks on either end of the lobby if you're a little bashful. And for our practitioners who are coming down front now, these are a portion of our practitioners who are here to do an affirmative prayer with you for the good in your life and for maybe something that you're struggling with. So please take advantage of it.
Yeah. And I just want to remind us all that this Wednesday night is Wednesday Night Insights, and that's online, and that's always a good way to have a little uptick in your week from religious science from the church. So that's good. And also, I think September 18th that week, we start our Science Mind classes again for the fall. So you want to tune into that. And also, there's one other thing. What was it, Jackie? Well,
Dan Harris.
Oh my gosh. Dan Harris. I think I already said I got 3 more tickets for Dan. And that's going to be great. That's going to be great. So I'd like to have you stand and reach out and hold hands if that feels good. And today, I want us to just affirm as we move forward from this lighthouse of spiritual truth that each one of us, we carry that light with us. And let us affirm together, I am peace, assurance, gratitude, and love. Have a wonderful week, and so it is. Thank you.